Thank you. I will speak in English and I apologize for that because what I have to say is primarily directed to our Swedish friends, but also Bosnians among you who can carry this message to your Swedish friends. We have gathered here today to mark the 20th anniversary of Srebrenica genocide. I want to talk to you about two things. One, how was it possible that genocide happened in Europe 20 years ago, when we had all those promises after the Holocaust that it would never happen again, that it would never be allowed to happen again. So how was it possible for genocide to occur, and why was it genocide? And the second message that I have is about why does that matter to Sweden and Swedish people. I've read the newspapers and Twitter feeds today and with the help of my Swedish friends here have seen that even on this day, not only in Bosnia, but here in Sweden, there are many people who are denying that what happened in Srebrenica was genocide. They're saying not enough people were killed for that to be genocide. It was only the men who were killed, so it was not genocide. Genocide is a crime committed with the intent to destroy a certain group, religious, racial, political, in whole or in its part on a certain territory. The number is not decisive. It is this intent to destroy this group on a certain territory that defines the crime of genocide. And in Srebrenica, as we could hear from Srđan's words, what happened was a culmination of one political project, of one political strategy that determined that a certain territory in Bosnia and Herzegovina will be reserved only for one people, Bosnian Serbs, and that everybody else was to be removed from that territory. And in the beginning of the war, in the 1992-1993, the method that was used to remove non-Serbs, Muslims and Croats, from these territories, including the city that I'm from, Prijedor, was that you kill a certain percentage of people, you put all the males into concentration camps, and you deport everyone else. And people will go out of sheer terror. You rape the women, you plunder, you burn the villages, and after such a trauma, nobody would want to return. However, in 1995, in July 1995, war was coming to an end. And in order to complete the strategy, which had two very important points, and was adopted in 1992, one of which was to separate the peoples of Bosnia by any means necessary, including force. And you have, I'm sure, heard how mixed Bosnia was, that there were rare cities or towns or villages where there was a huge majority of one people over another. So this had to be done by force. And another strategic goal relevant to Srebrenica was that the border between Serb-held territories in Bosnia and Serbia itself, which is marked by Drina River, was to be removed. That there should be no border. And the only obstacle to that plan was the number of people in three enclaves, Srebrenica, Žepa and Goražde, who were still there as refugees from what was happening in 1992 and 93. It was July 95. There was no time to implement the method from 1992. So what Bosnian Serb political and military leadership decided to do was to kill all the men that it could get its hands on. This was done with two purposes. One purpose was to destroy biologically the men as reproductive members of the group, and the second because of patriarchal, conservative nature of these places where they lived. They knew if there were no men, that women could not survive there on their own. And this is what was genocidal about that crime. And this is what you need to accept and teach your friends. Why is that important? I did not come to you here to talk to you as a victim. Bosnians are not victims. That is not our identity. We are a proud people. We are a hard-working people. We are a people who love to sing. We are people who love friends. We are people who love everything about life that Swedish people love. So we are not here to cry to you about how something horrible happened to us. We are here to warn you. Because as I described to you, Srebrenica, genocide, was a final outcome of a political goal. And that political goal was based on ethnic discrimination, ethnic exclusion, and racism. And you have to keep this in mind as you struggle with your own problems. And there are many problems of this nature, not only in Sweden, but in Europe as such. What can lead to that outcome is ethnic hatred. Because that is what happened to us. We lived together. We did not hate each other. But it was years of propaganda. It was years of hate-mongering that dehumanized the other to the point where you could go and kill children, where you could go and kill women, where you could go and commit genocide. This is why I think this is important for Sweden. And also, why is it important for Sweden? Sweden is our friend. Sweden opened its doors to Bosnians when they needed it most. And Sweden plays a very important role as a member of the European Union. We need your help. 20 years later, we did not overcome the legacy of genocide in Bosnia and Herzegovina. You can see that today. If you see the news from Srebrenica, you will see how badly we need political project of reconciliation. Because if it was a political project that led to genocide, only a political project can lead to reconciliation and progress. A political project that is based on truth and justice. And that is my message to you today. Thank you.